Good evening. It's a great privilege to be here tonight to share with you some of the ambitions and dreams of AgeLink Theatre. I'm addressing an intergenerational audience in what we've always thought of as a very youthful nation, but as you probably know, our fastest growing age demographic in Australia is 65 and over. And in the past 20 years, the population aged 85 and over has doubled. And with the advent of the baby boomers being dragged kicking and screaming into their golden years, these numbers are going to increase rapidly. Now, innovations in health and medicine have improved our longevity and assisted seniors like myself with our physical well-being enormously, but our emotional well-being, our mental welfare, and particularly social inclusion are vital factors because these affect our health. Now, in the early 90s, many years ago now, my dad went into high care suddenly, and he was unable to speak for very long. And I kicked myself because, damn, I was always going to record his marvelous stories that he used to tell of when he was a child in World War I in the UK, in London, which was almost Dickensian London then. And he loved to tell stories about his past. It energized him, and suddenly he couldn't anymore. And in that nursing home, though the care was excellent, he was depressed, as were many of the other residents there, because he felt he could no longer contribute to society. And we find that all the time, even now. Why am I still here is a question that 90-year-old Barbara asked me last year during an interview. And my answer to her was, well, because you can pass on to us your experience, your insights, your wisdom, that's your legacy, and it's a great legacy. And your story may be particular, but it's also the story of many. And her World War II story, we created a play from, Season Barbiche, that played in Perth last year and for a sellout season. And we also took it to the UK by invitation on tour. And everywhere we go, people say to us, as with all our shows, oh, that was my story. Or that was my parents' story or my grandparents' story. And we believe that the immediacy of reminiscence theatre not only affirms the value of the contributors, but it does promote intergenerational understanding. So the demographic is changing. The senior demographic is changing. And we find people are no longer content just to sit and contribute their stories. They're more active. So for the last couple of years, we've been working with a group of seniors who want not only to give their stories, but to participate in the creative process. And that's really interesting. So they are now guiding the script. They're actually helping us plan the show. And some of them even want to perform on stage alongside the professionals, and that's a big leap, I can tell you. Very challenging. So it's very exciting. And we've been creating this show called The Time of Your Life, based on these particular seniors' memories of the 1950s. And we're going to, we hope, perform it in October during Heritage Week in Perth, and then take it on tour to the outer suburbs and the wheat belt. And in the process, we're going to create, we hope, a best practice model so that we can reproduce this kind of project with other active seniors. And one of them said to me only recently, this is doing more to stave off dementia for me than sitting in my armchair doing the cryptic crossword as my doctor suggests. And this is actually important because another new direction we want to go into involves people with dementia. We currently have 32,000 people in WA suffering from dementia. And in the next 10 years, it's projected to rise to about 37,000. We hope there's going to be a miracle cure, but, you know, whatever. So we have done a little bit of work with AgeLink through Alzheimer's Association, and we can see the huge potential of tapping into their memories. And what if we could take right across the Perth metro area for a very low cost, a lounge room performance of a professional actor and a professional musician who can create a little show that involves music and objects, quizzes, games, and sensory experiences. We're very much in Franco's department here, that can, just by actions, can stimulate an illicit response. The feel of silk against your skin, or the smell of an old-fashioned perfume like 7-Eleven or a bunch of Baronia. We worked briefly with Age Exchange Theatre in London when we were on tour last year, and they have done a trial similar to this with Guy's Hospital, and the results are really promising because it suggests that it's not only improves the mood of these people, but it actually helps mental alertness, and that's very exciting. So what could $10,000 do for us? Well, it would actually advance our aim in both directions. One, to help create these shows, the performances in October, and film and document the process so that we have a model to continue with, and also to do a trial in an aged care facility and a dementia unit, and another 10,000, of course, would be able to take it all over the Perth metro area and ask the facilities to help us evaluate the outcomes. We're a unique company in Australia. We think we're very privileged. We get to meet remarkable people, actually ordinary Australians every day, who have remarkable stories to tell. And we really hope that one day you might tell your stories too and bring them to us and we can put them on stage. We'd love that. Thank you very much.